Okay, now this video is not going to make me very popular at all, but here we go anyway. Hey guys, Finn here. It is of course FYNN. And yeah, obviously it is halfway to the next Ballon d'Or only. This is going to be an early video. That is why it's called an early prediction video. And sorry I haven't been uploading a lot lately. I am still busy with exams, but hopefully I won't be busy for too much longer. And yeah, then I can start uploading more again. But yeah, as I said, we are only halfway to the next Ballon d'Or. And of course, a lot can happen in 6 months. And this is very, very early. And I will make an uploaded version of it a week or two before the actual announcements of the Ballon d'Or. I just thought it would be a fun video to make, and you guys can obviously tell me your take and your opinion about who you think should be in the top 5 of the Ballon d'Or at the end of this season, or at the end of this year. But yeah, let's just start off from the position from number 10 to 6. I'm just going to name the players in no particular order, just because I thought they were so close I could not name them, but the top 5 obviously will be in an order. You guys can tell me in the comment section below what your order would be from number 1 to 10 though, because I have used a lot of comments that I have seen online. I've used polls online to ask people their opinions, and lots of people are very strong about certain opinions. But yeah, let's get straight into it. From number 10 to 6 in no particular order, Kylian Mbappe was there. I think in order to make the top 5 position, he does have to make that move to Real Madrid. I think lots of people do view the French league as too much of a farmers league, to be honest with you. Yeah, he obviously destroyed the league with 33 goals, I do believe, at the tender age of 20. Eden Hazard is going to make the list in the top 10 from 6 to 10, obviously. With his move to Real Madrid, it depends on how he does there. And if you guys want to know my opinion about the Eden Hazard move, I have made a video of whether I think he'll be crap or whether I think he'll do super well at Real Madrid. You guys can check that video. Hopefully I'll put that up there. I think it is. Yeah, also in the list I have to put Sadio Mane. I think Sadio Mane had a really super season. I was contemplating putting him in the top 5, but overall he just didn't make the cut. I think he's a super player, obviously for his club and for nation, and played a crucial part in them winning the Champions League. And the Champions League win obviously would boost him into my top 10. Anyway, you guys can tell me what your top 10 is once again, as I said, comment section below. Also, Aguero has to be there.
Aguero!
Yeah, I think Aguero has been hugely underrated this season, but I'm putting him in there for his goal scoring ability, for his assists, and obviously it depends how Argentina does in Copa America, which I'll obviously get to later. And the last player in my 6th to 10th position, I was really fighting to try get him into the top 5, but I just couldn't, has to be Sterling. I think Sterling is such a great young English talent. Of course, won the Premier League, obviously doing super well with England at the moment, came 3rd in the Nations League. I think Sterling overall is just seriously improved as a player, and I still can't believe he has played for Liverpool before. And it's so nice because he did win the Young Player of the Season somehow. He's not necessarily that young, for City. And of course it's so nice to have a nice thing related to the word young, because to me, like, the words that relate to young is Ashley Young, which isn't necessarily the best thing, or well, Kevin Spacey. But moving on from that, of course, we get into the top 5 of the Ballon d'Or, and obviously my opinion is perfect. My opinion's always right. You cannot judge my opinion. I'm a Manchester United fan who is surrounded by the best of the best in terms of talent. But obviously I'm joking. You guys can tell me who your top 5 is down below. And we start off with Bernardo Silva. Of course, I think Bernardo Silva's had an excellent season. He obviously won with Manchester City in the Premier League. Of course, I think he would be a lot higher on the list if he did win the Champions League, or if they got at least to the final or semi-final. That definitely would have helped his case. Of course, he did win the Nations League, the first ever Nations League he won with Portugal, and he was the player of the tournament. I mean, I think some people were very happy with that. Some people weren't too happy about that. But overall, I think Bernardo Silva seriously improved as a player. But yeah, let's get into the top 4. The top 4, not everyone's going to like me for my top 4 pick, but you know, I'll try survive. I'll try shade off all the mean comments. But Cristiano Ronaldo, lots of people I saw said Cristiano Ronaldo had a better season than anyone here, which I think they're saying that because they purely are Ronaldo fanboys. I don't think he had the best season over anyone that I have put above him in the list, maybe one or two though. Cristiano Ronaldo did not have the impact in Italy that we thought he would. He wasn't even the top scorer in Italy. He scored 21 goals, I believe, and he was like 4 or 5 behind the top scorer. Juventus went out early to Ajax in the Champions League. But overall, he was still the top scorer for Juventus, and he did bring Juventus to new heights. His scoring was still amazing for Juventus, top assist maker as well for Juventus. And obviously, he captained Portugal to a Nations League win. And overall, I think he had a fantastic season. I could put him third, but I don't necessarily think he had the impact that we thought to make him third. But yet again, we don't know what could happen. Like, I thought Messi had a great year last year and he came 5th, for example. But we are going to have to see what happens, as I said. It's my opinion. But okay, third on the list is Mohamed Salah. Look, Mohamed Salah didn't have nearly the season he did last season, but he still had a fantastic season. 22 goals, tied for Golden Boot, his second Golden Boot in the Premier League. Of course, he was tied with Mane, another Liverpool player. He was their top scorer in the Champions League. He did score in that final. Of course, it was a penalty. But yeah, this year he did not get broken in half in the final, unlike last season. But overall, I think Salah's had a great season. Yeah, second in the Prem with Liverpool, and I have to say, I think he definitely deserves a top 5 spot this year. Okay, this is where it gets dramatic. Let's go. Second is Virgil van Dijk. Look, I think Virgil van Dijk is a great player. Of course, he was player of the season for the Premier League in general. I think he was a missing puzzle piece for Liverpool that they needed to really boost their team to new heights. Overall, just such a great player. He came second in the Nations League with Netherlands, of course, I believe captaining them to a second place, which isn't bad by any means. And I think even Carragher himself said he's going to struggle as a centre-back. Look, it's not impossible. There are tiny threads separating Van Dijk and of course, if you haven't seen, Van Dijk's improved so much over the years, and I have made a video about every Liverpool player, the Champions League winning team, their first ever FIFA cards, and you guys can check the incredible improvements these players have had over the years. You guys can check their first ever FIFA cards. I'll put that up above, obviously. But as I said, the centre-back problem will be a problem in general, but I can totally see him winning it. And in first place, of course, first name starts with an L, second name starts with an M. The winner of the Ballon d'Or, in my opinion, is going to be Luka Modric. Now, of course, that was a joke.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
I mean, last year was a joke, the Ballon d'Or in general. But overall, I think it's going to be Messi. It's going to be Lionel Messi. I think he's had a great season. Look, he maybe not the best season in his career, or it was still a fantastic season. I mean, top scorer in Europe, top assist maker, I believe, as well in Europe, top of many stats in Europe, semi-final of the Premier League, of Champions League, sorry, and they did go out to the eventual winners, so not the worst thing in the world, and he was the top scorer in the Champions League this season, miles ahead in La Liga, and overall I thought he had a fantastic season. I think just overall the kind of player he was, and I think he's going to be able to pick his 6th ever Ballon d'Or. Do you guys think anyone will ever reach Ronaldo or Messi's 5th Ballon d'Or? You guys can vote. I'll put a voting poll up above if you think anyone else will reach that stature, if an Mbappe or someone else will. But obviously, I think Van Dijk's going to win the Ballon d'Or. Now this is an if, okay? It depends if Messi wins the Copa America. If he gets silverware for Argentina, I think he's got the Ballon d'Or. I think that's a major factor. I think that's going to be the factor between who wins the Ballon d'Or. Now, you guys can tell me what you think down below, obviously. As I said, if you are new, please do subscribe, share, like, all that stuff helps me so much, and I'd love to hit 150 subscribers very soon. But otherwise, guys, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it lately. I've gotten, just lots of support lately, and I just want to say thanks. So this has been Finn. Thank you, everyone. FYNN. Cheers. Stay awesome.